Number 7. 90 Day Fiancé's Kalini told her sister she was pregnant again. Before 90 Day Fiancé Season 6 star Kalini could bring her fiancé to the US, she gave birth to their baby in her home state of California. During this time, she depended heavily on her family, especially her sister Kalini, for support and childcare. After going back and forth about when to tell her, Kalini finally broke the news to Kolini during her bridal shower. I know it's like disappointing news and like horrible timing right now, but I feel like either way, if I told you it was bad. In tears, Kolini walked away from their table saying, "I don't want to do this."
It's the morning of my wedding. I feel excited. I do finally feel like a bride, but last night I told my sister that I was pregnant and she was pissed. I'm pregnant.
It's hard to watch Kalini realize that her sister is going to be faced with even more financial troubles, but it's even more difficult to see Kalini watch her sister walk away. Maybe Kolini's reaction is overly dramatic, or maybe it's just some sisterly tough love. Either way, it's tense. Number 6. 90 Day Fiancé star Azen called Nicole fat multiple times. In Season 4 of 90 Day Fiancé, American-born Nicole visited her Moroccan boyfriend Azan. After some tension in the relationship, including doubt from Nicole's family, and Azan's comments about her being a little big, Nicole was excited to get engaged.
But whenever I talk to Nicole about being healthy, she doesn't like this.
Last night, Azan proposed to me, she said, and today's the first day of our journey, a new start. But not much seemed to change, especially his problem with her weight. That morning, as Nicole and Azan went to meet their camels, their ride back to the city, Nicole struggled hiking up a hill. Nicole said she was going to pass out. Azan responded, "Stop being lazy and go do some workouts, honey." When she continued to struggle, Azan said, "Almost there, lazy. Oh my god, you're lazy." Nicole said later to the cameras, "When I hear Azan say that kind of stuff, it just makes me feel like maybe I'm not good enough." Azan tried to comfort her, but even then, he still managed to bring the conversation back to her weight. Number 5. Louis suddenly hated Molly's bedroom decor on 90 Day Fiancé.
When Louise first arrived here in America, I was very sure that we were going to have a lifelong love. I mean, I really felt it, but that didn't happen.
One might have expected Louis and Molly's breakup from the beginning. Between the striking age difference and Molly's daughter's disapproval, the relationship wasn't meant to last. Still, no one could have foreseen the strange details of one of Louis and Molly's last big fights. In episode 10, Molly sat down with Louis to discuss their relationships and his feelings about her kids. "You want my kids to not be here," she said. "In part, you want my kids to go live with her dad." Instead of responding to Molly's concerns, Louis brushed her off. "You have the period now," he told her. "Everything you speak is like crazy right now." Then he started complaining about Molly's home decor. He criticized the candles and a Buddha statue, saying, "I never see one, something about God." Molly stated, "You're blaming an owl with a candle on the fact that you are an a-hole to my kids." When Molly pointed out crosses and scripture in the house, Louis shushed her. Yes, he actually shushed her. Finally, she stood up and said, "I can't do this. I am not marrying you." Louis' diversion tactics were strange and uncomfortable, and they certainly didn't fool Molly. Number 4. 90 Day Fiancé star Paul wore protection to swim. In Season 1 of 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 days, Paul went to Brazil to meet Karen, his soon-to-be fiancé he met online. Things were already uncomfortable because the two didn't speak the same language and had to communicate through a translator app. But things got downright weird when the couple decided to go swimming. In episode 5, Paul explained that his doctor warned him about drinking and swimming in the water of Brazil. So he pulled out a small cylinder bag. "I have this," he shared, holding it up and describing it as a sheath protection bag. He went to the bathroom to put it on, explaining, "Definitely don't want nothing swimming up my penis." When he finally got in the water, covered in protection gear and a life jacket, Karine, who wore a normal swimsuit, seemed to be embarrassed by his behavior.
Oh, can you go back out?
Tira!
No.
Não faz isso.
And they soon returned to dry land. Number 3. Mark scolded his 19-year-old fiancée Nikki like she was his daughter. Nikki and Mark's relationship was strange from the very beginning. The two, who were featured in 90 Day Fiancé Season 3, had a big age difference. She was 19 while he was 58. Given his age, he could have easily passed as her dad. In fact, Mark seemed to treat Nikki more like a daughter than a fiancée, and this behavior began at the very beginning of the season. Mark picked Nikki up from the airport. Nikki admired the sights from the car window. At one point, she touched the window. "You're putting fingerprints on my windows?" Mark asked. Nikki looked at him, understandably confused. He explained that she shouldn't put her fingers on the windows and that this was a rule he had for his children. Nikki put her whole hand on the window in retaliation, and Mark responded with, "Nikki, you're messing with my happiness." And then she said she'd clean it with a towel. "You're weird," Nikki finally said. "Not wrong, Nikki. Not wrong." Number 2. 90 Day Fiancé's Carolina found woman's underwear in fiancé's closet. When Carolina came to the US from Colombia in season 3, she was uncertain about her relationship with her fiancé, named Fernando. He had been unfaithful to her before, so she was on the lookout for any sign. In one scene of the show, Carolina looked through drawers in Fernando's home. "I looked through whatever I can find," she said. Eventually, she found a pair of pink panties in Fernando's closet. "This is for a girl," she said, holding up the underwear. Carolina called Fernando upstairs, and he nervously and awkwardly tried to give her an explanation. That has nothing. That's nothing from recent. That's old," he said. "I'm serious. It happened so many years ago that I can't even remember who they're from or what they are." He ended up tossing the panties in the trash. While the two still ended up getting married, this uncomfortable moment highlighted one of their biggest early challenges as a couple. Number 1. Angela put her finger in Rachel's face during 90 Day Fiancé cast Tell All. While many of the uncomfortable moments on 90 Day Fiancé happened between couples and their families, some of the most dynamic fights actually occurred on the Tell All episodes. In the season 2 Tell All of 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 days, the American cast members talked about Darcy's relationship. Rachel, who traveled to England that season to marry her husband John, told Darcy, "Your relationship is nothing but a blame game." Darcy seemed to agree, but Angela, who traveled to Nigeria to meet with her fiancé, now ex-fiancé Michael, had a problem with the comment. In defense of them, she said, "You don't know nothing about their relationship. I mean, you don't. You can barely know your own yet." Rachel responded with a terse, "Excuse me?" The exchange then escalated into a tense argument, complete with Angela pointing her finger in Rachel's face. "You put your finger practically up my nose," Rachel said. Eventually, Angela walked away saying, "She don't do that to me, 50-year-old granny," as she left the set. What do you think about these moments? Which one was the most uncomfortable? Let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.